Up, y'all? So, NBA 2K25 coming to a close. NBA 2K26, we're about 6, 7 weeks out, right? So, a little bit of a different video this time, longer form. I want to kind of shed some light on what I see from an IQ standpoint in NBA 2K25, right? I've been playing this game for years. I've coached basketball, so I like to think that I have some fundamental understanding of how the game is played. I also play on a competitive pro am team. If you guys have watched me stream, we were top 35 last season, 89% win percentage. So we're not some slouches, right? I feel like what I have to say holds some weight, and we're starting to get into wagers and overnight. So again, just to provide some credibility to what I'm saying, hopefully this helps you guys, especially some of the newer players, understand how I see the floor, how I see the game, how I'm picking up on tendencies. I feel like the thing that takes your ability to play the game to the next level beyond the stick skills is your ability to understand the game, the awareness, the reaction, the anticipation of what the defense is going to do. Once you get up to the higher levels, the window and the margin of error is so small. The window you have to get an open shot off is small. So you have to be able to anticipate what the defense is doing and be ahead of what they're doing in order to get your teammates open look. So here's kind of what I see as a center, helping my point guard out, right? I'm one of the most active talkers during games. So let's get into it. I'll show you kind of some of the clips and what I see. All right, so clip number one here. One of the
Braylon.
biggest things I do is pause right there, right? So let's rewind. I'm always the last one up the floor, right, on a rebound, because usually I'm getting the one getting the rebound. So you can see here, I got a shooter in each corner, and in this game we have an AI. He's taking the wing. So my job is to find open space to space the floor. This team is coming out in a 2-3 or a 3-2. It's the beginning of the game. We haven't really figured out kind of what their defense is going to look like, right? Obviously, they're in transition. Now, one of the biggest things in transition, you're typically going to match up. This center, number 40, right in front of me, naturally, he wants to go to the paint, right? If there's a shot in transition, he's looking for the rebound. So, me being able to shoot provides a competitive advantage. I'm going to stop at the top of the key here. I know my center is going down to the paint. This I didn't even have to read the defense to know that's what a big wants to do. I'm always going to anticipate he does that and react if he does differently. So watch this, right? Boom. Center still hasn't even turned his back, right? He is paying no mind whatsoever to me. I stop at the top of the key. I'm wide open. Even if you're going to see this guard come over and try and contest me, I'm so much taller that he's not even going to be able to. So let him know I'm trailing. Because we've played together, he knows what that means. When I say I'm trailing, that means I'm somewhere at the top of the key. One of the either the wing or the top of the key. Open shot. That guy can't even get a contest if he wanted to. So one of the biggest pieces of of advice I can give is find open space on the floor, especially if you're playing 5-out. If you play pick and roll, obviously you're looking for that point guard to help set a screen. In a 5-out offense, find space, stretch the zone. One of the easiest ways to break a 2-3 zone in NBA 2K25 is 5-out. You're playing 5v4 on the perimeter because this center is sitting in the paint or on the block, right? So one of the easiest ways to break a 2-3 zone, and especially in rec, you're going to see teams play a strict 2-3 zone. That center is not leaving the paint. As you get to the more competitive level, it's more of a matchup zone. So your center will be in the corner. If the team's playing a pick and roll, your back end will come and play the PNR. But for all intents and purposes, in this video, this team is playing a 2-3, and they eventually switch to a 3-2, as I'll show you. And then I got other clips from other videos. So clip number 2. Again, I'm trailing, right? I've communicated that. Stop it here. Now, my AI is down at the bottom of the screen here. He's taking forever to get up court. I say I'm trailing, and here's where the anticipation kicks in, right? Defense is scrambling. I've already hit, I got 12 points at this point, 80% from 3, right? I've already hit 4 threes. They now have to play that. I got 1, 2, 3 defenders all looking to come close out on me, right? You can already see I have my icons up. I'm looking to pass this ball. Now, this dude, he's already facing to run to me. So, I know I got a shooter in Zeke right here on the left wing. I'm making that pass 10 out of 10 times. I probably have Duke in the corner as well, but this is going to be an open shot every time. This defender right here can't even get his body turned around before the ball is passed. Watch this. Boom. That ball is there and he's still running at me. Wide open shot. Plus you got the Dishmaster takeover. That's an easy green every time.
Oh man.
No doubt about it. Great way to end the quarter. We end up 28-15. All right. Now, clip number 2 here. Or I'm sorry, clip number 3. I've told Duke, and you're not going to hear it in this clip. I've told Duke to cut off the corner. I want to see. You can see now how they've almost gone to a man, but they're playing more of a 3-2 shell. But I've told Duke to cut off this corner. I want to see if this center right here is going to drop. Right? Again, I've at this point in the game, we're in the second quarter. They're forcing me to shoot, and I'm shooting. I'm 17 points, 75% from the field. So he's got to guard me at this point. But I know that big men want to drop, they want to contest the rim, and they want to get rebounds. I'm telling Duke to cut off this corner. When I see that this center does not drop, I'm going to tell Chris to cut, and you're going to see this guy's not even turned around before this pass is gone. Right? So here, boom. Center's still out on me. Nobody's in the paint. That's my power forward right there with 96 dunk. Easy dunk. Can't do anything about it. All right, so that was game 1. We ended up winning that game handedly. On to game 2, we picked up Muhammad for our point guard this game, but you're still going to hear me, again, communicating. That's what it's all about. And I'm helping. Muhammad usually plays swings, right? So this is no disrespect to Muhammad, but this is how I just operate. I am out here helping identify what the defense is doing, as I know the point guard is looking to pass the ball, facilitate, create offense, and more importantly, not turn the ball over, right? So he's got his own things to worry about. I can be that second set of eyes to identify who's open and what the defense is doing. So we're now 2 minutes into the first, or 2 minutes left in the first quarter. I know this team is in a 3-2, right? There's their big, there's their back end. 1, 2, 3 guards up top. Okay. So this dude and this dude are who I'm targeting in a 3-2, right? Obviously, the wing up here is not going to be open most of the time because they're playing tight on it. They don't have any reason to crash for the boards. These 2 defenders naturally want to go get the rebound or contest at the rim. In a 3-2, that lane is open because there's nobody in the paint versus a 2-3. You're always going to have a center in the paint. So to beat a 2-3, you obviously want to space the floor 5 out. 3-2, the lane is going to be more open if you can get there, but then you want to look to kick to the corners. Okay? So I see this. I know this. This defender is already in the paint because he sees me coming up the floor. This guy's on Chris, and this guy is on Zeke, right? If Zeke stays at the wing, this center's picking up nobody. He's on the point guard, Muhammad. He's got to either anticipate me going down to the lane, and he's still got to watch this corner. So you'll hear it here. I'm telling Muhammad, Duke's guy is dropping. Duke's in the left corner.
Look for Duke.
Look for Duke. Look for Duke. Right? I see it. Every single time Muhammad makes a move to the rim, this guy is in the paint. Now, Muhammad could have made this pass himself about 3 or 4 times in this possession, but
Duke's guy is sagging hard.
Right? So he gets down. He actually could have taken this lane too. He had the lane. You can see this guy turned around going for the block. I mean, he's jumping at air. But at this point, Muhammad passes it back to me. As soon as I get this ball, RBB. Right corner, boom. Left corner, I mean. Easy shot, right? So just things you start to identify. In a 3-2, especially when they're playing a hard 3-2, I know that those corners do not want to stay on the perimeter. Somebody's got to go get that rebound, especially if I'm at the top of the key and I have a free lane to that offensive rebound. They got to crash. So you're playing that and you're expecting that, right? Again, these windows are small. Pause again here. I'm at the top of the key, right? I facilitate a lot of the offense because I have such a high pass accuracy and the IQ to know where these passes are. Okay. This guy, this guard, Coming up, he's got to guard Muhammad, right? Muhammad's wide open. The whole left side is covered. This guy's going to turn and guard me. That leaves this center, who's on the corner against Duke again. 60% three-point shooter, by the way. Probably higher than that. But I know he's at least 60. He does not want to stay and face guard Duke in the corner. He's got to play the lane for the cuts and look for the rebounds as well as play the corner. So I see him sagging. Look how quick. I see this, right? He collapses. He collapses. Center's facing me at this point. He's anticipating a drive, right? Boom.
Boom.
He can't get turned around in time. There is no contester. He jumps, but there's no contester. You'll see on the screen. Wide open.
Shoot him.
Excellent timing.
Freeze
Boom. Okay. So
right here.
this clip play. I tell Muhammad at this point, because we're scoring, that I'm going to cut down. He throws the ball early, which it is what it is. But at this point, I'm on the top of the key. Muhammad's going to keep cutting down on his own, which was a good play. And I'm able to read that. His defender is behind him. This center is going out to this corner because we've burned him there a couple times.
Oh.
Look. Muhammad's already almost in the key, and this center is still going out to the corner because he has to guard him. Terrible defensive rotations. I actually could have hit Duke as well. This guy's collapsing to me, but the cut was easy right there.
Come on, man.
All day. Center can't even get there. Now, another pass, right? This is more transition. Pass to the corner. That's that center's corner. He's got to get there. So now they're scrambling for rotations. Left side, pretty squared up. Nothing really there, right? He's going to get it back to me at the top of the key. Boom. Now, this center, scrambling. This guy on the right corner, right? He's got to rotate up. He has to because Muhammad is right here wide open. This guy's either going to leave me and leave an open three, which I'm hitting 75% at this point in the game, or he's going to leave Muhammad, who's a point guard with a high 3 rating, to shoot an open shot. So he can't do that. So he's got to stay on me. This defender in the right corner is going to come up to guard Muhammad. Now with that, Zeke cuts down, right? High IQ play here. He cuts down knowing that this defender is going to come up. Okay? This center still scrambling, thinks he has to come cover. I see this. I'm going to get the ball back, right? Tell him I got him back. He drives into the paint. Now, this center is occupied on that cut, right? Muhammad is going to come back out to the wing, force this spacing, right? Stretch the zone. So he's going to come out to the wing. Boom. This defender has to come guard Muhammad. That leaves this center back on the corner, and he's not going to be quick enough to get out to this corner and watch what happens. Boom. I see it. He can't even get a contest if he wants to. He can jump, and because of how far away he is, he can't get that contest.
Shot, man.
Easy shot. Okay. Now, I want you to. This play right here is a two-part play. I'm setting up and reading the defense. Close game, right? 59-56. We got 2:50 left in the fourth quarter. This team is very good. Bunch of vet fours. I believe there was 3 vet fours on this team. So there are no slouches, right? Purple plate vet fours. I tell Muhammad, just listen to the clip. I tell Muhammad,
Shots were good. I'm gonna go straight down here. Look for corner. Look for corner.
okay? So at this point, I'm going to slip this knowing that Zeke is hitting. This center has to play the corner, right? I know that this cut is open. But I still think I know that this is a big man, right? I'm telling Muhammad, I'm going to slip down, force this center to come into the paint, and that corner should be open. It ends up not happening, right? Pause it right there. So he gets a turnover here. The guy steals the ball. Regardless, you can see they gave up this too. I am wide open in the middle of the paint for an easy dunk. The center stayed on the corner. They were willing to give up the 2 in that situation. Okay. So we're going to 58-59 at this point, right? This is the very next possession. They end up getting a fast break too. I tell Muhammad, all right, I'm going to go down again. It's there. Look for it. Again, understanding that at this point in the game, they are giving up the 2.
They're giving me that inside lane. I'm gonna go straight down again.
So I'm going to freeze, right? I freeze to make the defense get flat-footed, and then I'm going to burst by him. Boom. That center did not leave Zeke in the corner for a second. He is on his ass. He does not want to give up a 3 in this situation. About as easy as a bucket as you can get right here.
Yep.
Boom. Now, final play here. I want you guys to see. Let me rewind this. Sorry, 2 more plays from this game, but the last one's more of an IQ thing. So, I'm trailing again, right? This is after a rebound. I'm trailing. I'm coming up the court. Of course, I'm the slowest one. I stop at the top of the key again. Let's stretch the zone out. Muhammad gets out to a wing, right? Or he should be. So he goes down to the paint. He should relocate out to this left wing right here. He does. But because he's down in the paint, and this was just quite honestly poor defense from them. But stretching that zone, right? Duke stays in this corner. So let's rewind it right here. You got Zeke, top right, Duke, right corner. They got 1 defender right now. This defender and the center are both playing Muhammad. That's what I mean by terrible defense. But this is understanding where the open play is. I see that this defender is running out Zeke. Now, I have to wait a second because I do not want to get intercepted here. So I'm going to let them reach. Right? Boom. This guy in the air, reaching. He's got his arms up. He's reaching for the ball. I do not want to get the ball intercepted. We're down by 2 at this point in the game. Right? Center staying on Muhammad. Now I can make this cross court pass right to Duke in the corner. He's wide open.
Great pass.
Money 3.
Fucking good shot, bro. If your guy
All right. So now, last piece I want to talk about this game. And I do not see this happen enough. And it irks my soul. Irks my soul. If you are up 3 and if you play 2K at any sort of competitive level, you need to have one person, ideally more than one, with a 99 free throw. It's one of the cheapest attributes in the game. What are you going to gain? 1 more close shot? Like, put your damn free throw up, okay? So we're up 3. No reason not to foul. None whatsoever. Man up, foul whoever gets the ball. Simple as that. You then get the ball back, 99 free throw, and we're just going to play free throw battle back and forth until the time's up, okay?
gets the ball, foul him. Man up, and if he gets the ball, foul him.
Right, so I'm communicating that to the guys. Man up and foul. Man up and foul.
The point guard is definitely.
Boom.
Go.
Foul. Money. We end up winning that game, I believe, by 3. We went back and forth with free throws. They hit theirs. We hit ours, but time expired. Nothing else to it. Okay. So I believe this is the last game in this sequence of clips, but I want you to see it here. So I'm going to bring the ball up. This is actually, by the way, the same exact team. They switched builds, but we played the same team twice. We ended up flooding them the second game. We knew how they were playing at this point, and again, this comes with IQ, knowing how they play at this point. They didn't stand a chance. So look at that. What is the center doing here? He's already dropping to the paint. He physically, if he wanted to, cannot get to this contest. He can't do it. His body is turned around. This pass is going to the corner while he is coming this way. Boom. Wide open. He can jump if he wants. But look, so Zeke's going to miss it, right? Very early, very fast. It's open. It's an open shot. Now, I also probably had this corner, right? If we're being honest. I had this corner. I didn't want to risk an interception on this guy playing both guys. Okay, so we play it here. I could have waited probably another dribble or 2 and then thrown it to Duke in the corner right here. He ends up getting back. But this I knew was an open shot. Again, I'm always targeting the big man in this 3-2. Every time. If I have the opportunity to get an open shot on the big man, I'm going to do it. So Zeke misses. However, now with that, this center out on the perimeter guarding, right, going for the contest. Look what it allows me to do. As the center at the top of the key, he's going to crash for the board, but this is a power forward, and I have height on him and rebound. Nah, he can't get that rebound if he wants. Now, again, I had Duke in the corner, but I know Zeke is relocating to the top of the key. They're scrambling, open shot. I got the rebound again, even if he misses.
Come on,
Boom.
man. Come
Green.
on, man.
All right, let's let this one play. Where's that center going? Where's he going? He's going to the key. He sees that this guy is beat. Muhammad has a lane. He's going to the paint. Muhammad should have got this ball to Duke in the corner, but he gets it to me, and you'll see immediately my icons are up, and it's going to Duke. Look at this, boom, boom, wide open.
Great
You
pass.
all just target. I can't repeat it enough. Watch the corners in a 3-2. The bigs do not want to play on the perimeter ever.
Better be ready.
Okay.
I'm not shooting in the
Hit.
Now this one, oh my god, this is one of my favorite inbound plays. You guys got to run this and just pay attention. Okay, so I have Dishmaster takeover. That's going to boost their shooting, their green window off the pass. Now you can do one of two things off of an inbound, especially when a guy is face guarding like this. He most of the time will not be able to turn his body and guard the cut. So you can either cut all the way through, or I love to run a Dex. Chris got sharp takeover. I got Dishmaster. I don't think you can get a bigger green window than that.
Hit me,
Okay.
Chris. Hit me, Chris.
keep
And
pulling,
and
now
go
you're
corner.
hitting.
Hit me and go corner. Hit me.
Boom. I'm hitting him. Or I tell him, hit me and go corner. Now, I have Duke here. I definitely could have done past this in retrospect, right? So I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I probably got a harder shot than needed to. I could have gone straight to Duke, and that's an open shot. He's knocking that down, right? Look at this. By the time Duke got the ball, this guy was nowhere near. However, Chris cuts and goes corner. Look where this dude is. This dude is full on sprinting to the basket. And when you want to talk about anticipation, right? I'm telling you, this pass is gone while this dude is facing the other way. Boom. Can't even get a contest if he wants to. Again, you got those two takeovers combined.
man.
Easy
Hit me,
shot.
Muhammad.
Okay. Now, I'm telling Muhammad here, hit me and cut, right?
And cut.
Hit me and cut. He ends up taking a long route. Okay. But now I got the center on me. Right? So this paint's open. Muhammad's gonna come out and cut straight down.
Back out and cut down.
Boom. Boom. Guy can't stay with him if he wants to. Pass just leads him. Perfect.
Man.
And the flood is on at this point. We're up 17, right? So we're up 15 here. Watch this.
Ready.
So I want you to listen. I'm going to rewind this. Get ready, Duke, is what I say. Get ready, Duke. Again, target the corners. Okay? Big man on him right here. This is the center. This is the power forward. Okay?
You ready, Duke?
Get ready, Duke. He doesn't want to stay in this corner. He's sleeping. Look at boom. Pass is already gone.
Come on, man. Don't sleep on Duke.
Let's go.
Come on. Got you. I got you.
Quick pass back. Center's right here. He's out on me. Quick pass back to Muhammad. 2 seconds left, right? They're playing up. So again, time. You got to understand the time in the quarter. They don't want to give up an open three on this. They're going to play. They played this one man, right? They played man up on here. Point guard. Muhammad passed the ball, went straight down because he's not giving up the three. Easy dunk, 2 seconds. Money.
Shit's too easy, bro.
All right.
Shit's too easy.
So that is my educational piece. I know this was a little longer video. Hopefully you guys got some information out of it. The main takeaways I got are this, right? 2-3 zone. If you come across a hard 2-3 zone where they are staying in it, as in the center is staying in the paint, 5 out. So obviously you're going to need 5 shooters, and your big's going to have to shoot. But it is the easiest way to break a zone. One of the 3 up top, either the left wing, top of the key, or right wing, should be open and skip past that ball. Okay? 3-2, target the corners and the cuts. And I'm telling you, you cut enough, that center the center naturally wants to cut or go down to the paint regardless for the rebound and the contest. But so if you have a high enough pass accuracy and you catch him even just stepping towards the paint, he is going to be out of position. I promise you. So just some pieces of advice. That's kind of how I communicate. Tune into the live streams and you'll see what I'm talking about with how I communicate to Snipe, our point guard on the Pro-Am team. And even when I'm running rec, same thing. So just check this out. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this helped you, but I will catch you guys on the flip side.